Hey Pokemon Masters, Birdkeeper Toby here. Check out these awesome animations by David G. Burns. I saw these animations the other day and I thought this guy is so cool, I've got to have him in a video, and I bet he knows a lot about Pokemon. And so today we're doing something a little bit different. We're putting the science aside, we're putting the top 10s aside, and we're just going to sit down and have a little bit of a how much do you know about Pokemon. We're going to read out Pokedex entries from across the generations, and the person with the most correct answers will win. And also he's going to do some funky animations for the video. How about that? Hello, well welcome to the video, David.
Hello, thank you.
Thank you for coming and joining me on this channel. Oh dear. Unscripted video. So today, I've got you here testing your Pokemon knowledge against mine.
Yes, and I'm not particularly confident. So,
Are you not?
No, I'm not.
How well would you say you know Pokemon? What's your experience?
Well, I grew up with Pokemon. I remember the day I got it and everything, and I forgot an entire weekend of my life. I went on holiday with all my friends, and I don't remember anything of the holiday. I just remember wondering what Oddish evolved into. So, you know, I've been there from the start.
There's 721 you need to know about for this video, but nevertheless, I think I'll start you off easy. Welcome to Who's That Pokemon,
Please.
and if you are watching and joining us in the audience of the video,
Which you should be.
make sure you're following along. Make sure you're following along and let us know if you know what these Pokemon are in the comments. So, I've got a Pokedex entry here for you, and I'm hoping it was quite an easy one. And if you're attentive to my videos, hopefully you'll get this. Which is, it is said to live for 10,000 years. Its fairy tale is a popular... What? What does that even mean? Its fairy tale is popular as a symbol of longevity.
Well, I suppose they cut it off and wear it around their necks and hope that they'll live forever.
Okay, right, so, Pokedex entry is, it is said to live for 10,000 years. Its fairy tale is popular as a symbol of longevity.
Right, okay.
Over to you. Who's that Pokemon?
Do you know what? I don't know why, but the first Pokemon that jumps to my mind is Vulpix, but I don't know why. I assume because I don't think Vulpix would live for thousands of years. That to me doesn't sound right.
10,000 years seems like a long time.
Yeah, it does seem like a very long time, especially for something like a small fire fox. I'm just gonna go for Vulpix. Is it Vulpix?
You're going for a Vulpix. Are you sure about that?
No.
Wartortle!
Ah!
Now is your chance to get back at me.
Okay, my first entry for you is this. Okay. Right, it's a bit of a weird one. Each time it hops, it makes a ringing sound. It deafens foes by emitting high-frequency cries.
That's not a Pokedex entry. Okay, well, hops. The first ones that I've got springing to mind here are Hoppip.
Right.
Or there's Baneri, I guess, who can hop.
Yeah.
A ringing sound. I'm wondering about Chingling.
Right.
Or Chimecho. Chimecho from Generation 3, Chingling from Generation 4. Chimecho floats, so at the moment we've got Chingling and Hoppip, a ringing sound. So I'm gonna eliminate Chingling again.
Okay.
I gotta go with a Hoppip.
You're gonna go for Hoppip?
Yeah.
Is that your final answer? Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer, let's go.
You were so close, it was Chingling.
No! Oh! Oh,
you
that's
were...
so mean. So, there you go. Round 1 is over. At the moment, the score is 0-0. So close. How did you do? Let us know in the comments, and we will continue on with round 2 with my second Pokedex entry. So, round 2, if it hears festive music, it begins moving in rhythm in order to amplify its power.
The first thing that comes to mind when you say festive is Delibird, of course.
Okay.
But I can't imagine the rest of it applies to Delibird.
Shady Penguins. There's a very specific game that you very clearly then haven't played.
Obviously not. Would it give it away to tell me what game it is?
If I give you a clue now, that's your clue for the whole thing, and I get a clue later. The game it's from is, it's from all of them past a certain generation, but it features very heavily in the GameCube game Pokemon Colosseum.
I don't actually remember what actually happens in the game. I just remember Dusk Balls and Mirror B. No. I don't know. Pseudo-Woodo? Because he shakes. That, like when you see the animations of him, he kind of does this little dance most of the time.
So
at least that's how I see him in my head.
Is that your final answer? Pseudo-Woodo is one of the Pokemon owned by Mirabee. And if you'd remembered your backstory with Mirabee a little bit better, you would have remembered the dancing Pokemon Ludicolo that he uses.
Of course it is.
So, sorry, round 2, but that's okay, because you still have a chance to get back at me.
It uses an up-tempo song and dance to drive away bird Pokemon that prey on its flower seeds.
Well, okay, so the ones that are now springing to mind is, actually, you've now got Pseudo-Woodo in mind for me. And I wonder if you threw that out as a curveball. So like kind of throw me off the scent. That said, Bellsprout.
Maybe.
Bellsprout jumps to mind as a Pokemon that might move to a tempo. Well, Marcactus might have seeds and dance. Or Maractus, depending on what it's called. I'm gonna go with Bellsprout because I think it's such a weak Pokemon. It doesn't have any visual seeds on it, but I'm thinking that's just the Pokedex being the Pokedex. And I think that it's such a weak Pokemon that bird Pokemon are likely to prey on it. So, I'm going with Bellsprout final answer.
Do you know what? You've done it again. It was Maractus.
No! Oh, you're such a... Oh, because you said it. So, at the end of round 2, it's still 0-0. Let us know, Pokemon Masters, how are you doing in the comments? Did you guess all of these? And unlike me, go for the correct answers.
Or like me not even have a clue.
This Pokemon is the mascot of a Poketuber.
Of what?
Okay.
What?
This is the mascot of someone who does Pokemon on YouTube. This kid doesn't even know what a Poketuber is. Right, okay. So, here is your Pokedex entry. Groups of them beat up anything in their territory. Each spit acidic liquid from its mouth.
I suppose I can't ask too many questions, but I wanted to ask, is the fact that it spits liquid, like, a massive part of its physiology?
Actually, it's something I didn't know until I read the Pokedex entry about 5 minutes ago.
Alright.
So, no, it's got, and that it should be a, I mean, in a sense, that's a sort of
that it doesn't, I wouldn't have known.
Ish. That's not something you'd even think about.
Oh, wait a minute, now we've come on to ghost Pokemon. Maybe it's a ghost Pokemon. Oh, that's a telling silence right there. Or is it? I don't know.
I'm being ever so quiet. Okay, look, I'm gonna be merciful here. I'm gonna give you one more clue because this is just how generous I am.
Very generous.
This Pokemon is a fighting type.
What, that can spit acid? Let's go for Timber.
Timber, is that your final answer? It's Scrappy.
Of course it is. It's also really well known for spitting acid over everyone, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a well-known fact about it, apparently.
I'm now going to have to animate that. Things you didn't know about Pokemon. One more time. The line running down its side can store sunlight. It shines vividly at night.
Could it be Superior or Servine, maybe? I feel like that's got, you know, patterns going along it.
It's a water Pokemon.
I don't know about the storing sunlight thing.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering about Tentacool and Tentacruel. Because Tentacool, you know, it's known to like shine, you know, and be the ruby of the sea.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's that, and if it's some kind of. But then the line down its side to me makes like no sense. But then it sounds like I'm not gonna make sense of this. I'm gonna go with Tentacool.
You couldn't be more wrong.
No.
It was Finian.
Wow, you're right. Do you know what? That is a very forgettable Pokemon. So much so that pretty much every time I play through Diamond and Pearl, it's the last Pokemon I need to add to my Pokedex. Okay, so Pokemon Masters, because we're clearly so rubbish at guessing Pokedex entries and the Pokemon they're aligned to, we're now going to have a quickfire speed round where we're going to have a random number generator, generate a number between 721 and 1. And then we're going to read the Pokedex entry to the other and the first one to guess it, and we're only going to have a minute each to guess that Pokemon. Starting with me. Okay, they use the long fur on their arms as a whip to strike their opponents. Go.
Long fur on their arms. I wanted to say Tangela, but it's obviously not going to be Tangela. Long fur on their arms. What Pokemon has Electivire? I don't know. Is it Electivire?
Stop. It is not Electivire, it's Micheal. Do you mean Tangela?
What did I say?
Tangela?
Well, potato.
Tangler? Tangler.
It conceals food under long fur on its body. It cuts around this food stash and swallows it without chewing. Go.
Munchlax.
Yes, you got it.
Yay! Okay. Ooh, finally, there was one to break the tie.
That one was really obvious, but the random generator was on our side. I feel like I've been emasculated somehow by not knowing enough about a game that was primarily aimed at children at one point.
Yeah, no, that does prove how little of a man you are. And there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and were taking part in the comments as we played. Also, a massive shout out to David G. Burns. We did a whole video over on his channel where I'm featuring and talking about Ash Ketchum. You need to go and check that out. It came out today. So now I'm going to fly away. Just follow these links on the end screen. One will lead to the video that I'm in on David's channel. And if you're not fussed about me, check out his Jurassic Park Pokemon animations. It's awesome. See you soon, Pokemon Masters.